Good morning, ladies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If Path's Destiny was in My Hero Academia. And the one that this guy right here, for sure, saying every single person called him Path. He's like neutral guy. He doesn't like do bad things, or he is not like Two-Face, but it's basically like how he has that power to go from good to bad, and then bad to good, and yeah, basically. So his good side is dumb as a bunch of rocks, but when things get too serious, man, he gets bad. And the bad part of him is smarter than, like, very, very smart. AKA, like, high intelligence. Yeah. So, yeah, basically like twice, but instead of making clones and cutting his forehead, he does that. And the reason why he has that split personality thing is because of his parents, his mom and dad. Sometimes his parents sometimes argue about a couple things. Like turn right, turn left, turn right, turn left, turn right. Okay? But everyone calls him Paths. Like Paths. Paths. Yeah. So then, yeah. And by the way, this guy, it's not a like actual gun. It's actually a water squirter. That looks like it. But okay. So then, at the age of 4, his parents took him to the quirk doctor, and ends up he had a quirk. Quirk of being dumb. Quirk. So yeah. But his actual powers are 0 and infinity. That's why that's why the on the this one, this side has 0. This one has infinity. Yeah. So then they went home, and then the time skip to about 15. He was going to UA. His parents tell him to make sure you're on, or have fun. Okay? So, yeah. He gets put in. Or, I'm skipping the internship thing. Like Rhythm Part and all that stuff. Well, he basically went, or he got put into class 1B. As the blood hero tells him to throw the ball, he does. He got 900 exactly. Kilometers. It's pretty far. So then he so Zuko, or no, so, and I'm skipping the, or actually they called him Light. As some of them really do like to call him that. I'm always in a good mood, no matter what. But, okay. So he was so, like, dumb that Blood Hero got rid of him. Like, basically abandoned him from school for 4 years. So then he couldn't become a hero for 4 years. Yeah. So then time skip to about All Might versus All for One. All Might was down but not out. But he knew that there was the survivor in the background, and if he dodges, she'll die, and he doesn't want that. As he was there, top of a building away, as he knew, as his things are getting way too serious down there. But then his body changed into more, here, like, went from good to, like, bad. As he says, let's kill him. Yeah. And when the All for One uses his beam attack, as a as he steps in, and he absorbs the attack. As All Might thought he was about to get him, but when he says, "Can you explain why you try to get yourself killed by this baboon?" As they said, as the dark aura shook the most of the people. Oh. As and his parents knew that he shows up. So yeah. So his parents decided to be they are pro heroes. So then when he shows up in his bad mood, man, as he paths, or they said paths, that or light path. What are you doing that there? That's not my name. I'm Dark Path. I'm not evil. It's the once I get into a mad mood, hmm, this is what I become when I'm mad. As he now, shall we continue the fight between him as all my tone? He'll think away your work. Huh, really? As he goes in, and he literally slaughtered, honored all for one in about 2 seconds. Ripped the flesh right off of the all for one's bones. Bones. Breaking every bone in all for one's body. Tearing flesh and bones. And yeah, it was brutal. As he was, yeah. As everyone that saw how brutal he could get to, hmm? Yeah. As he folded his own arms, as he was like, I just want to go home. As, yeah. And they were like, in a minute. But first we had to clean this. Yeah. Okay. Stand back. As he uses a black hole thing to actually, they weren't, they were surprised about some of the debris, or most of the debris went into that, except for the citizens that were underneath it. As he says, The and Mr. Aizawa had some suspicion around him, as some or one of the pro heroes noticed and asked, "What's wrong?" Well, this kid, he was from Class 1B. He that got suspended for 4 years. And now he's the sidekick from the. But why is he so, like, this powerful? It's like nothing that I ever imagined. As Paths heard that, as he walks up to Mr. Aizawa and puts his hand on him and told him that my quirk is my limit, but my full name that I wanted to be called for a pro hero name is Paths of Destiny. It's a very, because I always choose. No. And yeah. And yeah. Plus he also tells him that the two powers that I have is infinity and zero. You thought I was very dumb. That is my quirk. Okay? As he leaves, as the cold aura that the past produces out made Mr. Aizawa shaky. Like, ends up so shook up. It was like his own soul was about to leave his body. That's how scary and cruel could the student be. As his parents, he was, or he is right, by the way. The rest of you see him as kind heart, earn, and has all these amazing abilities. But when things get too serious, he becomes bad to bone. Yeah. So yeah. As he was in his room studying on how quirks work, as he's in his bad form, but not really like villain, or he's not a villain. He's more of like a pro hero, kind of like if takes Ochako, his kindness, and put her fused with like a dark version of her. Yeah. As, yeah. As Principal Nezu wants to see how powerful he could get with both sides. As, let's do your kind first before we go on to your evil powers. Okay. As he he basically wins as he destroys like one rock, two rocks, three rocks that are like mountains. But when he showed his true power to a biggest rock in the world, you know that image where from Dragon Ball Z where Vegeta used his Kamehameha thing, like final blast. Yeah. This one yeah. Man, on a whole nother level. As it destroyed half of the planet in about 2 seconds. But luck would have it, Zuko or Han Destiny decided to, before he actually went so fast, he turned the world like where he took it before and placed a fake world. So yeah. So then when he demonstrated his power, everyone, I mean everyone that saw his power for a first time when he is in his good form, like his like more chilled out form. Yeah, that's what everyone's face was. They could not believe that this kid has that much power, or even Nezu was like, whoa, that is cool. And Path to Destiny uses both sides at the same time to demonstrate the max chaos form. This one. As he says, I'm paths of destiny, not on the light or dark. I'm chaos paths. As, yeah, Everyone was scared out of their minds. The pro heroes, the villains, the citizens, everyone, everything scared of this man. And only people that weren't scared of him was his own parents. They were proud of their son to have reached gun tier levels. Yeah. As, yeah, we got some of those pro heroes that saw his power were like Miss Jokes and Mr. Izawa, the students from Class B and A were were peed their pants, hence that's how scary he is. And yeah, as the crime rate, all the villains that saw his like power, full power, spread rumors around. Mm. Um. Yeah. So basically, it was pretty scary to see them so bad. Sorry. Okay. So only only person that really finds this attractive actually was one of the class 1B students. Her. Yep. She knew the attack. And she wanted him. When they first met and had class before, she wanted him to be her boyfriend. And she was scared of his power. But then when he relaxed, eh, he was at the relaxing, having a cup of tea, as yeah, everyone says better fix the world. No need. It was actually my toy box that you guys fell into. Here. I'm not giving you credit, but here. As his hand touches the ground, and yeah, the toy box that they were standing on got switched back to the normal world. Yeah. As he puts it back. As yeah. As he's more relaxed, everyone wants to see him relax, not in those other two forms that's made him in their pants. Literally, they did do that. And she decides, after, like, she changed her pants, her outfit, she goes down there and asks him if anyone asked him out first. And he says no, no, as she decides to ask him to go on a date with her. He accepts, um, and as, yeah, and so they basically been, like, when they were dating, or after, like, the whole, like, that incident, Nezu asked him to come back, as, but instead of being class 1B, you'll be bumped up to class 1A. Okay? Okay. Because the Blood Hero had a little, or not, got talked to by Nezu. That, of course, Blood Hero didn't know that the his quirk, it makes him look dumb, but his intelligence was through the roof. But then, yeah. So when when he told her, I almost said she told herself that. Just kidding. So yeah, he decides to tell her that just when we in the same school, I'll be in a different class, then, but don't worry. As he, or she, puts his finger on his lips, as she knows that he isn't dumping her like she thought of, but then when she removes her finger, ends up kissing him, like making out with him. Yeah. So then, basically, yeah. For about 2 minutes. And after the 2 minutes were up, they weren't running behind. They were super early, so that's why. And yeah. And Mr. Aizawa does that introduction of class, behave yourselves, and this is a student that you all might know from class 1B. He, Paths of Destiny, is his name. As he says, hi everyone. Yeah. So then all the things happen all at once. And yeah, like a couple times after the school waits for him, or actually he waits for her, and yeah, as she decides, okay, I'm gonna get even. I'm joking. So yeah, so then he tried to scare him, but then he had infinity or infinite sense, so he decides to scare her. As she says, "You big dumb jerk." And yeah, her parents decided, because her parents in this alternate timeline ban her from her own house because they didn't want her to be creeped out or creep them out. And so she got her own place, as then he or took her to her place, as his parents are okay with him staying the night with her. As yeah, she knows that her parents banned her from their house. So yeah, they do love her, but it's just the creeped out part was really got to them. So then, so she took the advantage of sleeping with a man from class 1A, or is, yeah. Then she decides to do something stupid. She ends up breeding with him. It's BREED. Breeding with him. Yeah. Basically, yeah. So then after she did that, and she got pregnant with Past the Destinies' kids. I end up saying kids because, yeah. No. So yeah. Sorry. So then the so they contact, or they actually, Sir Night Eyes tells Path of Destiny to, like, I'm skipping the dodgeball. Oh, and this is what she wore before. So yeah, the then both of them did that. And yeah, Sir Night Eyes asks Paths of Destiny to go take care of that guy, or the overhaul, by yourself, because I believe that I know that you are the strongest, most powerfulest person. You're similar to a Hans tier level. So yeah, when Overhaul heard about there's a certain man that's about to for him to meet. In So he walks in and he punches everyone. Like he punches all the villains. It's enough force, and he gets a phone call from Renko, as let's say Renko was at her house. Eats a right? But when she told him about her being pregnant, he was happy, or he is happy. So yeah, so they both decide, or actually, right back. I'm on a mission. Okay. Yeah. So then, when he did that, he tells Ares. Let me remind you, is doing, like, he beats up villains from left to right, and all the way to Overhaul. As he walks over to Ares, and as he tells her that no need to cry. And then do something for you. You ever heard of games? Like video games? As she never actually hears it. Yeah. As he is so kind to her, as he pulled her hair back. Not like out of anger, but he put some headphones in and or made her listen to some music, like her favorite music. And she's happy about it. She's like lolling. Plus, she has like little like thing. Yeah. So then he puts her out to the side, out of harm's way. As shall we begin? As Overhaul's like, you're the only person that has that much power. Huh. No wonder why you have a limit of that quirk. As yeah. So Paths of Destiny took care of Overhaul in about 2 seconds. Because he was in his bad or dark form. As yeah. So then when he went in, and he ends up oh, sorry. So then after that, his parents and her parents, or actually, he told his parents that that the Class 1B hero, the Rinko is her name. Both of yeah. Sorry. So yeah. So he tells them that if that's okay with them, that if as he got the wedding ring, and he doesn't, or actually one night they both were in bed, and he or she asks, "What's wrong?" Nothing's too serious, but as you never actually had anyone ask you to get married, or usually as he's trying to say it, but she actually says, or he knows what he's trying to say, as she says, "Yes, I will." One who aren't no one asked me you to get into them. You're the first, and yeah. So she says yes on them getting married. And so they got married and had they had 4 daughters. Or no, 2 daughters, 2 sons. As, yeah. And then she even went further. Hi. Sorry about that. And yes, so now this is the end of the What If, and please leave a like, share, subscribe, do all the fun things in the world. And before we go, in this What If, or in the before I leave a cliffhanger, she decides to want to have more children with him. So he does that, and for 4 weeks, or no, 4 days. Or no, 4 years. And each one was 4, 8, something, something. So now I'm signing off. And they all became pro heroes, by the way. So, yeah. So, bye. Can't